It's Alicia here from Persuasion Experience. So I've created and launched over 450 landing pages and funnels across 120 different niches. And in this video, I'm going to be going over how you can improve the conversion rate on this page and actually convert more of your traffic into leads and sales. So let's get into it. So basically, the most important real estate is above the fold, and then the rest of your landing page should be following a message hierarchy, right? But what we want to remember is that this page is effectively our salesperson or our appointment setter in like digital format, right? And that means that it needs to be powerful enough to persuade and motivate somebody to take action. So when somebody comes to this page, they're going to be scanning this with, so what, who cares, what's in it for me? And so what I would look at is the above the fold. Do they really care? Like, we are not your typical recruitment agency. And is that really in the words of the target market? So that brings me to point number one. If you want to improve the conversion rates on this page, is using the words of the target market and understanding in their words, what is their dream outcome? So I have worked with a few HR recruitment clients before, so I've got somewhat of an idea, right? I know that they're really skeptical and they pretty much, like, recruiters, I don't know if it's the same as Canada and Australia, but have like somewhat of a bad name, or like people don't really like working with recruiters most of the time. Like, so there is that friction of getting that initial sale. And I know like they don't want to wait a long time. Like, there's all of these things, right? And so what we need to find out is, what I would start with is first surveying your past customers and non-customers and finding out what was the solution that they were looking for, what problem were they trying to solve, even just saying, hey, in your own words, how would you describe Canada mentors to a friend, right? And then that's going to help you to put your marketing on easy mode, because you need to be entering the conversation that they're having in their mind and remembering that on these pages, there's a difference between what somebody wants to hear and what they need to hear. So what do they want to hear right now? What's the conversation actually happening in their mind? And how can we get them onto a phone or onto a call? How can we convince them, right? So going from like hiring top talent, like going here, if they've come to this page, maybe they want to talk with you, maybe they want to book a consultation or whatever it is. So that books into point number two, which is you're missing what we call a golden hippo offer, right? Something that shows irresistible value for them to actually engage with the next step. So by having this is kind of just adding an extra step, right? So we need to remember, well, what is the purpose of this page? What is the point? Why does this page exist? Is it a lead generation page, or is it a wishy-washy info page, right? So if it's a lead generation page, then it needs to have something exciting to persuade and motivate somebody to become a lead. And that means you need to answer, so what, who cares, what's in it for me? Remembering that really nobody cares about you guys or my business or any other business. They're just trying to get into that dream outcome. So with other people that I've worked with in this industry, it's usually around how quickly you can find somebody. In other times, we've done guarantees around, we'll find somebody within X amount of time, guaranteed. But what you're trying to do is figure out what is that dream outcome and show them that you're going to get them there. And you want to also stack that irrefutable proof as well. So that's the next point, is the social proof. So I know we kind of have these here, but you're relying on people to read this. Like, there's no context to this. And when you're using social proof, you want to use social proof with intent. So one of the things that I would do if this was my page, after I've surveyed my customers and I understand that hierarchy of the problems, and then I understand the message hierarchy on the page, is that I would say, like, what are the biggest problems? Like, we get you talent within 3 months, whatever, or we specifically focus on this niche or whatever it is, and just having it really easy to read, because most people on this page probably don't scroll past like here or something, right? Most people look at this and then you probably have a really high bounce rate, and then your scroll depth, like, you're kind of hiding some of the information down the bottom. Now, going to like your call to actions on my YouTube channel, I've got a video on how to do good call to actions, but like an intro chat, no, that's not what they would want. Get in touch, no. Then we have like these inconsistent call to actions as well. So the next layer after this is to have really clear messaging. So who we are, what we do, the problem it solves, who we do it for, and the result it gets. that is a bit muddied on the page. And then your positioning. You're obviously a recruitment agency, but what we would want to figure out is what makes you different. And then all of these things should be on your page in a really clear order of what you do. So to recap on this page, the words of the target market, and using that to create your message hierarchy of what makes you different and what problems you solve and why they should get in contact with you. That's the offer. And what are the problems you solve, and proving that you've done it before. Even like being critical, right? Like this image means nothing to anybody as well. So like just thinking about everything on the page, is it going to persuade and motivate somebody to take action? And this is basically meant to be your salesperson to book you calls. What actually needs to be told to somebody to book a call, and what are the questions that they have, and what do people get excited about that makes you different? Those are the sorts of things that you want to have on this page. Hope that helps.